So my second area it was in the Taichung city. It's an area called Zhongming. So it was my first real city area. And I got there and it was definitely a little bit overwhelming at first, just like all the people that were there. There was so many like motorcyclists and cars, really tall buildings all over the place, just buildings stretched for miles on end. So Taichung, it's the third biggest city in Taiwan, but that's where the mission headquarters are. So that's one nice thing is when you're in Taichung, you definitely get to go to the headquarters a little bit more often, grab stuff from the we call it the boo. The headquarters is just like get extra Book of Mormons, the tracts, all that stuff. In general, in Taiwan, not really much crime. I think I could count on my hand how many times like something crime related happened in Taiwan, because it's just a very peaceful place. I know that we lived on the 12th story in that apartment, which one day my companion forgot his keys and we had to walk up the entire 12 flights of stairs, because that's how you use the elevators, is with your key. The houses are set up a lot differently than they are in America. I mean, so most people live in an apartment. That's what most people live in. But then you do have some areas that are houses, which it's kind of like a really skinny like hallway that's been made into 4 stories, and they'll have really tiny rooms. It's really skinny and tight, and that's like a house in Taiwan. And so they're all compact together. They try and get as many people. I mean, I know that Taipei is one of the most population dense cities, and Taiwan follows that general suit in general. Like Taipei may be dense, but the rest of Taiwan is also very just densely populated. It was definitely a little bit more polluted than Gangshan was. Gangshan was a little bit better air quality, but it was also a little bit cooler in Taichung, which was nice. The wards there are a little bit more established. The church has been there longer than in Gangshan or anywhere down south. So that ward size was 120, which is a really big size for Taiwan wards. Usually they're about 60 or in between 50 and 70 people is a normal Taiwan ward. So 120, there was a lot more members. And also in that area, we covered a young singles adults ward. So we had 2 wards, and which was a lot of fun because you'd meet people from all over the Taichung area. We got to hang out with a lot of people our age all the time, but also, then we also had the family ward to focus on, which was always great ward. Because there's a lot more people than Gangshan, I wasn't quite used to the way things flowed and stuff. There's one time, because in Gangshan, when lights turn yellow, you kind of know, okay, I can get through this and it's fine, like it's no problem, because there's not many people, and it's just something the way I was trained was, when it's yellow, like just keep going, don't worry about stopping, kind of thing. Like my trainer would always call it committing, is you commit to get to the next area. So I got to Taichung, and after my first companion left, my second companion had come in, and I was the one leading the area, just taking him around. And I was still on that used habit of just like get through the light mentality. And Elder Bao, he was a native, and normally natives are a little bit more extreme on riding bikes. They do things that most us Americans wouldn't do, because we're worried about getting hit by a car or something like that. But he definitely said I was way worse than he was because of this situation. He was following me, and we were trying to get to an area, just I think an investigator's house, and we're traveling on this road, and it's a yellow light, and I tell him like, hey, I'm committing, we're going through. And I go through, and as I get through, I'm like almost to the other side of the intersection, and I look to the motorcyclists, and they've already started going, and I realize Elder Bao is probably a good 10, 20 feet behind me. I'm like, oh no, he's gonna get hit. And I look back, and he like has this crazy face of like just hair, and he's just riding like, I can't believe you did this to me. And we get to the other side, he's like, you are not doing that again. We are stopping at these red lights. So it was definitely a different feel from the southern half of the island, but also like that area was amazing. Like we would just go in contact, and we'd come home with probably 5, 6 people set up to meet with us within the next couple days, like easy. Like that was with just walking outside and going to a place and then coming back. It wasn't like we were heavily focused on like, okay, we're going to find this many people, pushing ourselves. It was just an amazing, just everyone there, they knew about the church, they want to learn more. A lot of them are college-aged people, so they're curious about what life is about, what they're supposed to be doing.